Lena had just returned home from the grocery store, humming softly as she unlocked the front door. But the moment she stepped inside, an unsettling feeling crept over her. Something felt off. She glanced around, noticing a pair of men's shoes by the door, shoes that didn't belong to her husband, Adam. A cold shiver ran down her spine. "Adam!" she called out, but there was no answer. The house was eerily silent. As she moved cautiously toward the living room, she froze. A man, someone she had never seen before, was sitting on her couch, casually sipping coffee as if he belonged there. Her heart pounded as she clutched her phone, ready to call for help. Who are you? Get out of my house before I call the police," she shouted, her voice trembling. But the man didn't move. Instead, he set his coffee down and looked at her with a calm, knowing expression. "Lena, sweetheart, it's me. I'm your husband." Her breath caught in her throat. She took a step back, gripping the wall for support. "What the hell are you talking about? My husband is Adam. Who are you?" The man sighed as if he had expected this reaction. "Adam? No. He's the stranger. I'm your real husband. You just don't remember." Lena's world spun as the room seemed to close in around her. What kind of twisted game was this? Who was this man, and why was he saying these things? Lena's fingers hovered over her phone screen, but something about the man's calm demeanor made her hesitate. "You're lying," she snapped. "I've been with Adam for 5 years. I don't even know you." The stranger, who introduced himself as Ethan, shook his head sadly. 5 years? Is that what he told you? "Lena, you and I were married 7 years ago, but one day, you just disappeared. I searched for you, but when I finally found you, you were here, living with Adam. And you didn't remember me at all." Lena's stomach churned. "That's impossible. I would remember." Ethan pulled out his phone and scrolled through a gallery of photos. He handed it to her, and as Lena looked, her entire body went cold. The pictures, there were dozens of them. Pictures of her with Ethan, laughing, kissing, holding hands. Even a wedding photo. Her hands shook as she dropped the phone. "No, this is fake. It has to be." Ethan's expression was filled with sadness. "It's real, Lena. Adam erased your memories. I don't know how, but he did. And now he's keeping you from remembering who you really are." Lena backed away, shaking her head in disbelief. Her mind screamed that this was a lie, but a tiny voice inside her whispered, "What if it wasn't?" Later that evening, Adam finally came home. The moment he stepped inside and saw Ethan standing there, his face went pale. Lena crossed her arms, anger and confusion boiling inside her. "Adam," she demanded, "who is he? And why does he have photos of me with him?" Adam's eyes darkened as he turned toward Ethan. His body stiffened, and Lena could see the tension radiating off him. "Lena, listen to me. This man is dangerous. Whatever he told you, it's a lie." Ethan scoffed, shaking his head. "Of course you'd say that. You took my wife, Adam. You stole her from me." Lena's heart pounded as she looked between the two men. Who was lying? Who was telling the truth? "Adam," she whispered, "please, just tell me the truth." Adam closed his eyes for a long moment, his hands clenching into fists. When he finally spoke, his voice was low and filled with something Lena couldn't quite decipher. "Lena, you don't want to know the truth." And that terrified her even more. That night, unable to sleep, Lena crept into Adam's office. If he wouldn't tell her the truth, she would find it herself. She rummaged through drawers, files, anything that might hold answers. Then she saw it. A hidden safe. Her hands trembled as she entered Adam's birthday as the code. The safe clicked open. Inside, she found a stack of documents and a single USB drive. With her heart pounding, she plugged it into her laptop. A video file played, security footage. The screen showed a woman running frantically through a hallway, her face filled with terror. Lena's breath caught, because the woman was her, a younger version of herself. Then she saw him, Ethan, grabbing her arm, pulling her close, whispering something before she vanished into the darkness. Her stomach twisted in fear. What was this? Why was she running? Then a voice behind her made her jump. "You shouldn't have done that, Lena." She turned to see Adam standing in the doorway. His face was unreadable, his tone quiet but heavy with something unspoken. "What did you do to me?" she whispered. Adam sighed. I didn't take you from Ethan. I saved you from him. Lena felt her world shatter. Was Ethan truly her husband? Or had she been running from him all along? Lena stared at Adam, her mind racing. What do you mean? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Adam exhaled slowly. Ethan wasn't your loving husband. He was your captor. You weren't in a marriage, Lena. You were trapped. The night I found you, you begged me to help you escape. So, I did. I erased your past, hoping you'd never remember, hoping he'd never find you. Lena felt like she was drowning. Had she really been running from Ethan all along? Before she could process it, a loud crash came from downstairs. Ethan stormed into the room, his eyes blazing with fury. Enough of this, he roared. You're coming with me, Lena. We belong together. Lena shrank back, her heart hammering. Adam stepped in front of her, shielding her with his body. No, she doesn't, he said firmly. You lost her the moment you hurt her. Ethan's lips curled into a sneer. And you think she'll trust you now? After she knows what you did? Lena swallowed hard. She had to choose. Trust Adam, the man who erased her memories to protect her, or Ethan, the man she once loved but might have been running from. Tears welled in her eyes as she took a deep breath. She finally remembered. And now, she knew what she had to do.